counting us worthy. Thank you for bringing us together tonight. Thank you for all you have in store, all you intend to do in our life. Through this message this evening, Lord, we pray you open our eyes of understanding, you open our hearts to grab and to see the facts, the truth that is connected to this message. And enlarge our life, enlarge our hearts in the mighty name of Jesus. Let every blind eyes receive sight tonight. Let every deaf ears receive hearing tonight in the mighty name of Jesus. Let every tongue be loosed in the name of Jesus. To you be the glory. Thank you, Father, for answering us. For Jesus Christ's name we are praying. Amen. 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 In Jesus' name. I welcome us. It's my prayers that it shall be well with us. I am reading from the book of John chapter 1 verses 1 to 5. And James chapter 1 verses 22 to 25. I'm going to read John chapter 1 verses 1 to 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. And all things were made by Him. And without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the life was the light of men. Verse 5. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. The darkness comprehended it not. James chapter 1 verses 22 to 25. James chapter 1 verses 22 to 25. Be ye not be ye not the hearers, but be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be hearers of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. But whosoever looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he be not a forgetful hearers, but a doers of the word, this man shall be blessed indeed. Praise the Lord. I am speaking on the topic, proofs of encountering the King of Glory. Proofs of encountering the King of Glory. When we are talking about the King of Glory is talking about God or Jesus Christ. Encountering God or Jesus Christ. The proofs. What are the proofs? Today, we have reduced our experience into what we can touch, what we can take, touch. So many people think it's okay for them to they believe it's okay if you are not putting on earrings. If you are not, today now is no longer, maybe so many people are not even talking about that. But some people are saying, okay, because you are not wearing earrings, you are not wearing trousers, and because you are not doing that like a Christian. Some are thinking it's okay if you are not putting on wigs, you are not using the sticks, and that is some of their criteria of justify that somebody has encountered Christianity, has met the Lord. Those things may be good, but may I tell you, we must not be deceived by the physical things alone, the physical pictures of an individual to justify whether he has known the Lord or not. If you are not putting on trousers, it's good. Bible talks about it. I mean that we must be modest in everything we put on. If you are not using earring, thank God for your life. But let me tell you, beyond all those physical things, if you encounter God, God expects more than all those physical restrictions from us. There are things that are documented in Scripture that must guide our life. That's why I'm taking it up to be talking about the proofs. What are some of the things that must be visible, that must be made manifest, that must be that people must see in your life, that your encounter with God must produce? What are those things that you claiming to know the Lord, you claiming to be a worker in church, you claiming to must have encountered God, for you to prove, telling people that you are punctual, you are always going to church? What are the things that must be evident in your life? Your encounter with God, what are the proofs? What are the things that must be made manifest? What are the things that are expected? Not only by the people that are hearing and that are seeing you in the environment, but God. What are the things that must be evident in your life that is going to justify it before God? Because it is one thing to tell people that you are a Christian. It's another thing for God to attest to the fact that this person is mine, that you belong to him. You can tell people, you can prove to people, try to present yourself to people that at least have met the Lord. Try to share your experience. This is what happened. This is the day. We used to give class, we give work to people today, and maybe they ask you to feel. And someone wants to become a worker, they ask him, okay, have you met the Lord? They said, and some will write, I met the Lord 2000 and year 2000. Some will say 2004, 2006. Those things are good. But what are the proofs? What are the things that must be evident in your life? We are looking at the life of Jesus, which is a case study. Before Jesus became God, he was at a particular point in time human being. He was at a particular point in time somebody like you and me. So many people think when Jesus came through Mary by the help of the Holy Spirit, he was born, he was anointed to live a superior life from heaven. Although that may be true, but it's not a complete truth. Because at the point in time, Bible made it clear that we went through it, we saw it, that Jesus was 100% God, he was 100% man. And I was telling us on Sunday that he was tempted the same way we are going through temptation. Why did he go through temptations? So, that's to tell you that the devil came to him the same way he's tempting us today. But he overcame the devil. It was after he overcame the devil that the spirit of the angels of the Lord came to him and began to minister to him. The same way he was having so many things around him to discourage him from living to fulfill his own purpose while he was here on earth. So also we are having all these temptations and challenges all around. All these distractions all around. To let you know that he's human being, he's also somebody like you and me, before he passed that temptations and he was anointed. When at the parliament time, maybe after he was born, King Herod was running after Jesus. And he could not escape to his feet through the help of the mother. The war that created heaven and the earth. He would need human assistance at the point in time to be carried away. If not for Mary and Joseph that took Jesus away to his feet at that point in time, Aaron would have killed him the same way he killed those children. That's to let you know that before he assumed the position of authority, before he assumed the position of the anointed, before God glorified His name and gave us His name through whom we can reach Him, He was at a permanent time someone like you. But how did He assume His position? What are the proof? What are the things that were visible in His life? What are the things to prove? And how can we follow this leading, follow after these also? Reproducing after Jesus. Proofs of encountering the King of Glory. There is no, so many times you think, so there's some people who say, okay, I'm from a Christian background. I am born by a Christian parent. What do you expect? I am a Christian. They said, I am, and you ask some people, are you born again? They said, I'm born again from birth. Which is not evil, it is not good. It is not biblical. But they believe because their father and their mother, maybe the father happens to be a pastor, and the mother happens to be a pastor's wife, there is no how they can conceive her, conceive the person, conceive him or her, without, you believe the blood that brought him to the world was a pure word. It's a fallacy. Every creation carries the nature of Adam except Jesus Christ. Because he was not born the same way every other one of us was born. But despite that, there are some things he did. There are some encounters he had. That is where I took the test. John chapter 1 verse 1. He said, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word, for it to be relevant, for the Word to be relevant, the Word that was in the beginning was with, he made a journey to travel to God. He was not believing that he's going to do it, believing that because of the promise that gone ahead of him, I can achieve this, and will just do it on his own volition. Bible says, in the beginning was the Word. And it is not a complete sentence. You can see they put comma there. In the beginning was the Word. Although he is existing, he is an individual. But for it to be relevant, for it to be effectual, to be able to reproduce, to be able to fulfill the intention of God, what did he do? The Word traveled to be with God. He traveled to camp with God. He traveled and the Word was with God. For every life to be impactful on earth, that life must maintain a relationship with God. Because every one of us, by God's programming, we are made to be an extension of God. Anytime in the journey of life we decide to live outside of the consciousness of God, we begin to become irrelevant. Any day we assume any position, we believe because we believe thinking that at least I am an individual. The world was also an individual. But he was not trying to do it without outside of God. The fourth journey too was the journey of establishing a relationship to camp with God. He was with God, and he did not leave the Lord until the nature of God rubbed into him. That's why if you read the book of Luke, you are going to see that Jesus, one of the things that was paramount to Jesus was to be where the word is going to be taught. And he went with his brethren to travel for a feast at Jerusalem, in the book of Luke. Bible says, and he was in their midst. But because of the word is being expounded, the word is being preached, he forgets himself listening to the word. That the parents have gone, maybe they've gone back home and they didn't see, where is Jesus? Where is Jesus? Bible says, and they came back to Jerusalem. On getting there, they said, they asked him, where have you been? He said, I must be in my father's business. He was so intoxicated to be wrong with God, to be overdriven, to be filled up with the nature that is available in God. Today, this is far-fetched in our Christian world. We are walking as Christians. We are not ready to be impacted by God. We want to take that which is in the hand of God. We are not ready to be like God. We are not ready. We are not ready. That is, I'm talking about the book of Luke. Luke. Praise the Lord. That is, if you read from verse 41, we are going to see. Let me read, because it's a very long chapter, passes. From verses 41 down to 52. We are going to see. And when they saw him, they came and they had, from verse 45, let me read from verse 45. And when they found him with him, they found him not. That is the mother. They found him not. They turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. Today we are not asking questions. We hear, but we are not reproducing. We are not. And why do we always have questions? We get to the stage of asking questions when we are not, when the subject that is being taught is not clear enough, when we are confused. He was hearing them and he was asking them questions. And all that had him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou done there with us? Behold, thy father, and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that you sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? That is Luke chapter 2, verse 49. And they understood not the sayings which he spake unto them. He was sitting among the doctors. That is to further prove. John chapter 1, from that verse 1. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God. He was hearing them. And he was asking them questions. And the Word was with God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him. He became a manufacturer, a producer after God. That's where I took this topic. Proofs of encounter or of encountering the King of Glory. If you have encountered him, you are going to reproduce after God. You cannot just tell me because you are not a pastor, because you are not, have not been ordained as a pastor. There is no how I can reproduce. There is no how. That is only, is only set aside for the priest. At least what we said, I'm not a pastor. I want me to reproduce after God. Before you become a pastor, the expectation of God from you is to reproduce. Reproduction is not only limited to the pastors. It is a call of the world. Jesus said, Go into the world, make disciples of all nations. When he was saying that, he was not saying that to the disciples alone. He said that to people before he ascended to heaven. kingdom of God. But today we are not reproducing. Jesus was God. He didn't go until he became God embodiment. He did not go until he became God personified. He waited to see God rub up with him so that he could go and reproduce. That is the assignment we have. We are not called, we are not called into the ministry, we are not called into the church, we are not called into the ministry to go and sit down. Today, we think the best assignment we can do is to be workers in church. Is to be able to see somewhere, listening. There is a place for us to listen. There is a place for us to become workers. But there is another place, a greater place to go and reproduce God in the system of the world. As a matter of fact, today, Bible says, I begin to understand that our major assignment is to go and reproduce God in the system of the world. The essence of church is for the equipment, is to equip us. Church is there to equip us, to enlighten us, to fill us with the necessary knowledge. Our major assignment is outside of the church. That is the reason why one day we come to church, we call it Sunday, which is God's rest day. The other 6 days, we go to different places, and there is no how you can do service to God. One, you are working somewhere, and you only working one day over 7, and they call it password. Even there is no government as corrupt as government parastatals are. There is no assignment you can, there is no employment they can give you, and they tell you come one day, and we pay you for no money, a full salary. But before you can be qualified to rest, one day, before you can be qualified to rest, you must at least work for 5 days. But today we think the greatest thing we can do for the Lord, the greatest assignment we can do is only limited to the 4 walls of the church. That's why, and in the 4 walls of the church, we only come to be looking at it if you are punctual. Maybe you spend 6 hours. The remaining hours in the week, you use it for what you like. That's why we are not reproducing. We must be we are to be equipped for the assignment. We are not coming here to build house. Thank God we are going to build wall. We are building wall. Why? Because looking at it, it is a benefit. After we have succeeded fulfilling the mind of God, looking at this place, we've been here for almost 3 years. We don't have a land to be called our home. And when we are least expecting it, although we are preparing, God gave us. Praise the Lord. What is paramount to God is to want to go into the system, reproducing God. Jesus waited until he became a carrier of all the virtues and the value that is available in God. Jesus was into the same mission today. He's not only giving himself to us as an example, he's showing us. Today when we see some people, they are so bad in our society, we exclude them. We say, it's a no-go again. Don't you know him? He's a drinker. He's a smoker. He's humanizer. I cannot just go there. As a matter of fact, those are the people we have to run after. The reason why some of them are drinkers is not because they want to become drinkers. Some of them are drinkers because they are deceived to believe in enjoyment instead of walking tilling their ground. That's why we don't hate them. We love them with the love of God to make sure we bring the kingdom of God. The Bible says you are the light of the world. The world is full of darkness. We are not the light of the the church. We are the light of the world. We come to church to get more light. But our major assignment is to go into the system of the world, because that's where we are needed. Everyone that subscribes to the Lordship of Jesus is being raised, is saved to go and save people. And some people will say, I don't even know how to preach. Don't think it's only through preaching? I don't think so. Jesus was into the missions of reproducing God after he waited upon the Lord, and God entered into him. He became God personified. He was not having goosebumps, thinking, hey, can't you see me? I am like God. Can't you see? Come and see God. No, he used that opportunity, the grace and everything he has gotten, to go into the system and reproduce God in the system. I was talking to a pastor recently. He said, hello. I said, I was talking good before the elections of the meeting. I was telling him, he said, we must tell people to go to heaven. We must preach about heaven, telling people that they should prepare, and be telling them that Jesus is coming back, Jesus is coming back. I said, no, but what about this election? He said he's going to vote. Why do you want to vote? It's because one of the candidates happens to come from his town. He said, is that the reason why you want to vote? He said, yes. He said, but as for me, I am preparing people for heaven, but at the same time, I am preparing people to reproduce God. Why waiting for heaven? Why waiting for Jesus to come? He said, no, sir. Jesus will come anytime from now, I know. I said, I know. But this limited time we have, let us use it to do the needful. Let us use it to do the needful. If you have the opportunity, he said, Daddy, let me tell you something. Nobody can go into politics and still make heaven. I said, no, don't think everyone that is in politics today in the whole world, they will go to hellfire. He said, because politics is a dirty game. I said, that's the reason why Christians are needed there. Because it's a dirty game. Because it's full of darkness. That's why Christians are needed. Because we have abandoned it, we have to be live there. But because we have abandoned it, waiting for Jesus, maybe that's the reason why Jesus didn't come. Because we have twisted, turning it upside down. We have to take from God. I want to show you this evening the picture of a woman. I felt bad about myself when I was going through this meditation today. This woman, she's supposed to be a forgotten issue, and we have it as a typical example as we are seeing our world and the system of this world. This woman represents politics. This woman represents economy. This woman represents the world system. And what should be our perspective? What should be our understanding about all these spheres of life? When we see somebody who is into evil, when we see somebody who is falling into evil, we will not be rejoicing that he's falling into evil. He fell into evil because he's deceived, thinking that is enjoyment. There is no one that can see fire and still want to enter into it. Everyone with common sense, when you see fire, want to run away from it. But why are people seeing evil and they are still committing it? It's because they have been deceived. They have been manipulated by the devil. When I saw the story of this woman, I've been reading this story, but it never occurred to me that this is a picture God wanted to show me. And God has even been showing me that I never took notice of. Let's turn our Bible to the book of John chapter 4. She's a woman we all know. John chapter 4. Judea, verse 3. And departed again into Galilee. And must needs go through Samaria. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the pasture of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus therefore, being weary with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which was a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with Samaritans. Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knowest the gift of God, and who it is that saith unto thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman said unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Jesus said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water, springing up into everlasting life. That is John chapter 4, verse 14. The story continues. The woman said unto him, Sirs, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Jesus said unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. If thou said thy truly, if thou saidest thou truly. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Praise the Lord. You can see a woman who, I don't know what Jesus sees, what he saw in that woman. A woman who is now living, who has lived with 5 different men. Maybe probably he gave birth to children. Or he has children, she had children with all these men. Maybe they have, some of them he gave 5 children to. Some of them he gave 2, maybe 1. I look at the state of this woman, she's even worse than a prostitute. A prostitute will commit fornication overnight and leave. The prostitute and the man may not be able to meet again. So, because if by the time they committed it, barely in the second morning, the woman will depart. The man will also depart. They will not be able to meet. Meet again the rest of their life. But this is a woman who has been with 5 different husbands. And in Jesus, the anointed one, who is having is having the anointing of God without measure. Jesus was begging for water from this woman. He's not looking at the woman as if the woman is unrighteous. And what can you, if you are in the shoe of Jesus, what dealing will you have? Is it not disgusting to see a woman who has been with 5 different men? And not only that, as he has left the field, he is now going for the 6th. And Jesus still engaged her in conversation. And by the time Jesus engaged her in conversation, Jesus was not using that conversation to destroy her. She's not saying it to heal this woman, because Jesus knew that beforehand, that this woman, by This woman has been with 5 women, husbands. And Jesus was not, you like, immediately if you are in the shoe of Jesus, immediately you cited that woman, what will be your response? What will you tell her? I want to believe if I am the one before this story. The first, I will use that to destroy her. It will be, if I'm even going to praise to that woman, it will be the first thing I'm going to mention. As a matter of fact, Jesus asked for water from that woman without raising the subject of the problem she had. But our world today, we see this type of situations, we are succeeding condemning it. How do we treat sinners around us? How do we treat people that doesn't know the same way we know around us? Are we not using it to destroy them? Are we not seeing ourselves better than all? As if, because as a matter of fact, you don't need them. But Jesus never did that. Proofs of encountering the King of Glory. That brings back to mind the subject of John chapter 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world. This is the world we are trying to escape today. The world we are proving. We are proving to God that we are more holier than God. We are more better than God. For this person, for God so loved the world. But today, the so-called Christians, they so hate the world. They hate the world. They don't love the world. They are not ready to release the only thing God had, the truth He had, the one He was passionate for, He was passionate about. He released to the world as a result of the love He had, believing that that is going to bring solution to the challenges of the world. But today, the truth we know we keep with ourselves. We give. We don't release. Nobody is asking you to give money now. But the knowledge, the wisdom, the love that God has given you, these are virtues of God. They don't originate from you. It is that love that found you. It is the truth that found you. Are we releasing the same into the world? And you see, Christians are not failing. The so-called Christians, we are not turning it upside down. We are not saying becoming like Jesus never became like this woman. But she saw the plight. She saw the harassment, the manipulations of the devil over this woman. She had pity for her. Before this story, Jesus was angry. But by the time she saw this woman and she saw her situation, she forgot about his own personal needs. She reached out for this woman. Today is our personal need not blocking our sight. Is our personal need not discouraging us from doing the needful? We are not following after Jesus. Looking at this woman. Who is this woman? She's worse than a prostitute. A woman that has exchanged husband 5 times, 6 times. And Bible is not even accounting for the numbers of children she gave birth to. 2, despite her plight, she was still a religious woman. A religion in which sense? Where immediately cited Jesus, and Jesus was talking about situations in verse 20. Bible says, the woman in verse 19 said unto Jesus, Sirs, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worship in this mountain. And he said that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus said unto her, our fathers worship on this mountain. To let you understand that she knows everything about worship, but her life was not right. Her life was not right. She still believed in worship. She still believed God exists. What do we do when we see people that are missing it around us? They are religiously blindfolded. We have the light, but are we shining our light to them? May I tell you something? I've come to discover it is more difficult to live with a religious person than to live with an unbeliever. The religious person, before you cited the scripture, who is going to covet poverty, although he's not doing it. An unbeliever, before you show something, is going to believe you. But religious person will say, what do you want to tell me that I don't know? But how are we rating the religious? Jesus had an encounter with God. And the end story of this woman, let me quickly go. Number 3 thing about this woman was that this woman was full of caution. And customs. Our Father, he believes as a Samaritan. Despite the fact, although she was not living right, but she still believes she has a Father who is having a connection, who is having a relationship with God. And as a result of that, he saw Jesus as a no-go area. Let me quickly go down. But look at the end of the story. By the time Jesus rounded up this message, Jesus succeeded over this woman. Because immediately after the encounter with Jesus, this woman had with Jesus, Bible says she became an evangelist. She became an evangelist. John chapter 4, from verse 27. And upon this came the disciples and marveled that he talked with the woman. Yet no man said, what seekest thou? Or why talkest thou with her? The woman then left her water pot and went away into the city and said to the men, come and see the water she came to fetch. She has forgotten about the water. Now she has become an evangelist. She became an evangelist. Come and see. Which told me all things that I ever did. It is not the Christ. Then they went out of the city and came unto him. In the meanwhile, his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat. Verse 32, but he said unto them, I have meat to eat, that ye know not of. He forget his own personal name. He has blessed that woman and he succeeded over the woman. What point am I trying to make? If truly your faith is genuine, the convictions of your faith is real, you will not allow people to buy you over. You will not allow the environment to buy you over. You are going to impart your environment with the good fashion of God that is inside of you. But today, most of us are not even. We come here, some people that came here, they came to this environment, this students firebrand. But today, the fire has gone down. What? The environment has shifted. I was talking about one of our brothers sometimes ago. I said, sometimes ago, I said, he came to this environment. He happens to be a worker at home. he has got into a stage of taking Holy Communion. He is working, he's an interpreter, he's into different departments. Interpreter at home, he play organs at home, he came to this environment. And he was living in this environment. She later became a drunkard. He later became a drunkard. He later became a smoker. Environment is changing. That is to let us know that the confessions of our faith, most of the time we are not standing by it. What is the problem? We are forgetting fellowship. Some of the things we said we will not do, God help me. I will not go back into this. I will not do this. God sees my heart. I am going to stand for Jesus. I'm going to stand with Jesus. These are the things I know. Nobody will succeed changing me. I'm going to change somebody instead of changing somebody. Things are changing you. What will be our stand today? Proofs of encountering the King of Glory. If you have encountered Him, you are going to maintain your stand in Him. You are going to maintain your righteousness. Winds may come, challenges may come, temptations may come. Temptations will not be able to, because He will not be able to overcome you, because He has given us His word. He said, I will not leave you nor forsake you. Bible says in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, he said, I, the Lord. He said, there are no temptations. 2 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. He said, there are no temptations taking you, that such as is common to man. Every temptation that comes to you, that means you are allowed to overcome you, has also happened to different people. If you fail to stand, it's not because the temptation is more powerful. It's because you have forgotten your relationship with God. You have sustained, you have released your relationship with God to let go, and you're releasing it for that temptation. He said, every temptation that comes to you is common to man. And God is faithful. He will not leave you to go through that temptation alone. He's going to provide the courage. He's going to give you courage and strength. He's coming to man, but God is faithful. He will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able to stand. But He will, with the temptations, also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. God wants us to overcome. Temptations may come, but it's common to man. You must understand that. And take our time to stand with Him and become what He wanted us to become. There is no reward for people that quit. Quitters never win. Winners never quit. On this note, I'm bringing a point tonight. I'll be giving us the other examples, typical examples from the scriptures, proofs of encountering the King of Glory. If you have encountered Him, you will stand. If you have encountered Him, His presence will be much more important to you than all other things. You will count on Him and take your stand. It shall be well with us. It shall be well with us. It is my prayers, grace to remain committed to God, grace to stand with God, grace not to sacrifice our righteousness. The Lord Father and our God will give you the glory. We thank you for the opportunity that you have extended to us tonight. Thank you for the message you have shared with us. I mean, you have given to us. Thank you for the revelation of your word. Lord, we say, Peter said, in Jesus' name. Lord, we have had these things tonight. Grace to put them to work. Grace to put them to work. We pray to grant us. Everything the devil is bringing our way to handcuff us, to keep us in bondage. Tonight we stand against them. We stand against it in the name of Jesus Christ. The same way you have reflected you have brought your life to this woman, and you shaped her, making her to become an evangelist, fulfilling the purpose for which she was created. Lord, we pray for grace that is going to help us to discover our own purpose also, and to live for the sake. expanding the kingdom.
Wow! What the blessings just revealed to you from God through the truth you've just heard. Please be encouraged to ask yourself questions, waiting upon God for answers. I want to assure you, God is waiting to receive you. Please come to Him. We extend our hands of fellowship to welcome you for our questions and things that may not be clear to you. Call Micheal Adeyoriju through this phone number 08067451177. Better still, download other messages by typing Micheal Adeyoriju Sermons on YouTube to download and enjoy some of the blessings of God.